what's up, y'all? You see this black, bro? Black really do make you look hella, bro. I literally lost like 30 pounds putting a black shirt. I'm about to start wearing just black. Look how skinny I look in black, bro. Knowing damn well I'm not that skinny. I'm really like these when I got a different color shirt on. Okay? You know every nigga does this same pose. It's either this or it's this. Oh God, or that one where they try to look like a demon and put up the middle finger or whatever. All right, this is a good one, bro. I got so much stuff for y'all today. Okay, look. I'm gonna stop moving so much. Okay, look. So, I've been watching the 90's berserk anime. Boom, we're gonna talk about that. I've been watching this anime recently called Dororo. Dororo, I think is how you pronounce it. We're gonna talk about that. And then we're going to talk about Inuyasha because I've been getting back into Inuyasha as well. And then we're going to talk about solo leveling. We got hella stuff to talk about today. Okay, so first we're going to start with 90's Berserk. And my first thoughts, I haven't finished all of it, but I've watched, I want to say I watched about 4 or 5 episodes. So we're going to start on that. Okay, so when it comes to the introduction of the anime, I really like it. Because we see Guts, we see grown man Guts in the first episode. We see him fighting a bunch of different yokais and demons. We see him kill a bunch of people in a restaurant because they're harassing this little girl. And he lets one of them live and tells them to go and tell basically like their king or whatever, like the ruler of their village to, tell him what happened and all that and that he's back. And he has like a specific name. What was it? The Black Swordsman, I think? Was it the Black Swordsman? I can't remember, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's cool. We actually see the dude who's in charge, and by just looking at him, I could already tell he was a demon because he's one of those weird looking 90's anime villains, and I was like, yeah, he's most definitely a demon. And then after that, we see Guts fight him. All right, Guts kills him and tricks him. And we see, just to give a very good detailed description of how Guts is, he's like the epitome of masculinity. He's like strong, looks like he's around 6 foot. Guts carries on this big ass sword. It's freaking super huge. Nobody else can even pick it up. It's so damn big. And we end up finding out later on that he literally also has that sword when he's like young too. He loves giant swords. And Guts' whole thing is attack first, ask questions later. We found out a lot of things in the first couple of episodes. For example, we see this little mark. This little mark basically makes it to where if Guts tries to relax and chill and try to take a nap or go to sleep at nighttime, it's like a whole bunch of demons get inside his head, inside of his mind. It's like a schizophrenic trip, but like in fantasy anime, right? And, so he's low-key going mad, all right? And so we get kind of that little opening of him being an adult, which is really cool. And I really want to see more of that. But it ends up going back and we get to see when he first meets Griffith and he first meets the Band of the Hawks, I believe is what it's called. You guys can correct me in the comment section. I can't fully remember names. I'm trash at names. I don't care. Y'all can be those types. Actually, it's the blah, blah, blah. I don't care. So we actually see that there's this giant freaking dude that every other swordsman is like terrified to fight. Guts deadass is a teenager. We see him as a little teenager. He's still buff, got his little scar on his nose or whatever, and he goes and beats the giant dude super duper quick, right? And then after he beats him, everybody's like, what? They're like, how do you do that? That kid beat him? They're not taking him seriously. You know how dudes always try to clown the youngest and then be surprised when the youngest is the most savage. You know how that is, even in the black community, but just with men in general. So that was really, really cool. And then after that, we see that Guts did it for some money. And then we have the Hawks. I'm just going to call them the Hawks. We have Griffith, who's the leader. Okay, bro is gorgeous. He looks like kind of like a woman. He's like the most beautiful looking anime dude ever. Like, no diddy. And he's the leader. And he's calm, cool, collected on the surface. So I didn't already heard the crazy stuff this boy do. And we have, what's her name? Oh, the tan skin chick. Bro, I know her name. Oh my God. I've heard it so many times from so many retrospectives of Berserk. What is her name, bro? I can't remember, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The real pretty tan girl. So Oh, I know her name, bro. It's something like that. Koska. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Damn, I know her name, bro. It's something like that. But she's all serious. She's like a very aggressive, strong woman. You know, the epitome of masculine women. She's like the strongest underneath Griffith, and then there's this other dude who's basically like the most villainous dude of the group because he's always trying to turn on Griffith, and he doesn't like to listen, and he's always trying to do his own thing, and that's the dude that ends up trying to jump Guts. Guts ends up fighting them and taking down some of the dudes, but then he ends up joining the band of Hawks with Griffith. Griffith ends up saving him and treating his wounds. He has the tan skin girl lay up next to him in the bed, butt ass naked. And I think it's Casca. Is it Casca or Costa? Casca. Something like that. It's something like super close to that. I know I'm like slightly off. And I'm gonna end up looking it up and being like, oh, that was her name. But yeah, you can see that there's an attraction to Griffith when it comes to her, and there's also kind of a little homoerotic attraction to Guts. You can tell they're kind of into each other, like they low key gay. But this is not surprising. Anime does this all the time. It is what it is. But you can kind of see they low key feeling each other too. Anybody's like, no, they don't. I'm like, yeah, they is. They kind of into each other, bro. I kind of see that. I can feel the tension. I can cut it with a damn knife. But you know, even when Guts is weak and he has like his wounds, he's still extremely powerful. We get to see a lot of things that happen to him. Like we know that he got R-worded. I'm not gonna say the word. We see a flashback of him being a little kid and him being naked, and it turns out I guess he killed his abuser because he's like, please save me, and he's like, you're the one who killed me or whatever. I need to watch Vinland Saga because I like these type of mangas and anime. I need to watch Vinland Saga, and my homie's been telling me about it because it's like really similar but not as gory but still gory. But yeah, so we see that. What else? What am I missing? We see those two fight, so it's like a fight. Basically, Guts is like, you know, if I beat you, leave me alone. If you beat me, I'll join your group. And of course, Griffith whoops his ass with beauty and grace, because again, on the surface, he's calm, cool, and collected. And on the surface, Guts is very aggressive and serious and hurt, and he doesn't like anybody touching him because he's been abused. Which was super obvious. Like as soon as he don't touch me, I was like, oh yeah, he's been abused. I mean, I already know he's been abused, but it's like that just in itself would have let me know that he's been abused. Just that in itself. Um, yeah, but he ends up joining their crew. Griffith puts him in charge a couple of times. Again, this is only like the first 4 or 5 episodes. I haven't watched all of it yet. But basically, he lets Guts be in charge sometimes, and they go and attack, you know, another group. And that's basically all I've seen so far. Let's see, my thoughts personally. I do like the tan skin, dark skin girl. She's beautiful with her little short hair. She might be a new waifu or whatever. um, I like Guts, of course. Everybody likes Guts. He's like one of the most masculine, serious 80s to 90s buff dude. He reminds you of Fist of the North Star, of JoJo's, of the Terminator, just all the buff characters. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. He just reminds you of the epitome of masculinity, but with a twist. And apparently, if I remember correctly, Dark Souls is also inspired by Berserk, which makes perfect sense. I can already see the parallels. Even though I don't have that game, I've seen like walkthroughs of it and whatnot. So far, it starts slow. It's a slow burn. I do like the introduction. I like him saving the girl. Is it my favorite anime and manga of all time yet? No. I'm going to say so far, I'm really leaning to more of a 5 out of 10. Again, this is just based on the anime that I've watched so far. Like 5 out of 10-ish. Nothing amazing has really happened yet that has blown my socks off like a lot of people say. Okay, but again, I also have the manga, and the manga is always 1,000 times better. And the manga's art, I've seen the art. The art looks freaking fantastic. So when I start reading the manga, I might like that 10 times more, especially because it's a lot more fast paced. I can get through it a lot quicker. But when it comes to the anime so far, it's like a 5 out of 10. I mean, it's enjoyable, but nothing has blown my socks off. It doesn't feel extremely unique yet, except for Guts as a character, because I like the fact that he started out as a weak young boy, like a little boy, and then he started making himself stronger, and he started becoming one of the strongest dudes, and we get the backstory of him being molested and all that stuff. I do like that in my characters because I do like tragic characters. I do like gray characters. If you don't know what that means, it's when a character is on the fence. They're very human-esque. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. And even when they look evil and demonic, you can see the good in them. And even when they're good and kind, you can see the bad in them. So far, anime-wise, okay? Berserk dudes, don't attack me. Don't go in on me. I like to be 100% honest. Again, if this is your favorite anime of all time, that's perfectly fine. And I have not read the manga yet, okay? So chill. I know y'all be going crazy because y'all be, Berserk's the best. It's the greatest manga of all time. I ain't read the manga yet. All right, so chill out. I just watched the 90's anime, and when it comes to just the beginning, the first couple of episodes, it's pretty damn slow, and it's a slow burn. I'll give the first, if we're basing it on just episode after episode, I'd give the first episode a 10 out of 10 when it comes to being a very good introduction to just Guts as a character and what he represents on the surface. But when it comes to I would say the second episode is like a 7 out of 10. The episodes after that, I was kind of bummed out from going to adult Guts to going down to teenage Guts. I mean, I really wanted to see more of adult Guts. I really want to see him walking around the forest, killing demons and stuff like that, killing yokais and whatnot. So I can't wait to get into that part of the manga because I'm also going to buy I got the deluxe edition. I showed you guys in the video. I'm going to end up buying all of them because I want the deluxe version with the big pages. I want to see what I'm reading. I want to see it nice and clear. But I know I'm going to enjoy it because, of course, I'm one of them guys. I already love the samurai style. This is very close to like the Inuyasha, Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga-esque type of anime, and I already like those types. Those are some of my favorites. Naruto-esque, but way darker with its themes and whatnot. But so far, anime leaning towards a 5 out of 10 so far. Only 4 episodes in. Chill out. I might finish all of them and be like, this is a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. Okay, so we're done with Berserk. Next, an anime that caught my attention right off. Just as soon as I watched it, I was like, this is fire. Let me pronounce it correctly. Dororo? Okay. Now, this one is about Dororo, a little boy, who tricks people and basically kind of has done some bad things. This is just the first couple episodes, where in the first episode, he has done some bad things and he's getting beat up by these robbers. And then there's another guy, okay? This guy, right, now this is mind-blowing. This other guy looks kind of like a puppet. The reason why he looks like a puppet is because his father basically made contracts with demons. He went inside of a room, he ignores Buddhism, he doesn't care about the gods no more, he has no faith. Now he's talking to the demons. He told the demons that he will do whatever they want him to do. And what the demons did is, this was going on at the same time that his wife was giving birth. The demons literally took his child's skin, eyes, and just everything above, all the above, right? So this child is alive with no eyes, no skin, no limbs, okay? And then later on, what happens is he gets older and he trains in the forest with this one guy. And this one guy actually makes limbs for the dead. So he gives this young child fake limbs, and he looks like a doll. So he has no skin on his face, but he ends up killing enough demons, because basically what happens is when he kills demons and yokais, he gets a part of his body back. Like he'll get his leg back, he'll get his arm back, etc., etc. So he must have fought some type of demon when he had no eyes, and his eyes came back. And Basically, he has fake legs, prosthetic arms, and a mask to cover up his skinless face. It is kind of, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as gory per se when it comes to the look, but it is still something that is some nightmare fuel. Like if you've seen that in the middle of the night, you probably want to jump off a cliff because it's kind of scary looking. I've watched so much anime that I'm desensitized from that type of stuff. So, but it's really cool because he has like built-in swords and all this type of stuff. Now, so far, me watching the show, he ends up saving Dororo, right, from the bandits, and he ends up killing another yokai demon-like spirit, and he ends up getting his skin of his face back. So the mask comes off, we see his skinless face, he gets his face back. He is blind and deaf, so he can't hear, can't see, but he can kind of see like the aura of a person. So he can see like basically like the outlines of a person. So it's like he can see like a white figure of a person. And the way that he knows how to fight the demons and the yokais is because when he sees them, they're the color of crimson red. So it's like he knows, okay, that's a demon, I can attack them. He can't talk, can't see, can't hear. But Dororo decides to follow him because he saved him, right? And basically he follows him on his adventure, and while he's getting his body parts back, and it's really cute. He's like, he knows how to hunt and stuff. It's crazy because he can't see, can't hear, but he knows how to hunt. So he like hunts fish. He's trying to eat fish, and Dororo is like, no, I will cook the fish for you. And he cooks the fish for him. He eats it. It's like he's like a cute little brother, that follows him around and kind of helps him because he can't 100% see, but he can fight. But he also tries to use him as like basically like a demon slayer to, fight demons. And, we end up seeing him. He fights that one I told you guys about where the bandits were to save Dororo, and he gets the skin of his face back. He fights this other one. He also got his leg back before. I kind of skipped over it. He got I believe it was his left leg back, right in front of the guy who gave him the prosthetics. His leg grew all the way back. And it only showed like the red part of the skin. So he didn't get his skin for his leg back. So I believe he still wears a prosthetic over it because he doesn't have the skin all the way back. Because the skin heals differently too. Yeah, so he does that. He kills this like lady demon that was like a demon of the village. The village pretends like there's a demon fighting them with the lady. There's two demons. There's the lady in the village. They tell them to help the lady in the village because Dororo is trying to get some money off of our boy. And basically he tries to attack him, and the villagers try to save him. We find out it's a demon lady. He ends up killing the demon lady, and there was another demon walking around, but this demon wasn't fully evil. And so this demon ends up disappearing and leaving the money of all the demons that got sacrificed to the woman, because the villagers were sacrificing people to the woman. I think I said demons to the woman, but the village was sacrificing travelers to the demon woman. And this other demon basically had all the change of the dead humans that had died, and it like disappeared and vanished. And then there's also another blind person. This other blind person is basically just to be able to give us what's the word I'm looking for? Info dumps, basically, on how our main character can see, even though he's blind. But he is very similar. He can hear, he can understand writing if he touches it, and he can talk. But he can't see, but he's just like our main character where he can see the outlines of things. So he knows if there's like a demon around him or just a little boy, a little girl, a guy or girl, whatever. So, yeah. But I really like that whole two blind people thing. I got kind of inspired while I was watching this show. And if a show inspires me a lot, that lets me know that I really like it. And the show was like really inspiring me. So that ends up happening. And recently, just now, the episode I just finished, he just got his hearing back because he beat this guy with a cursed sword. The cursed sword had a demon inside of it, and he just beat him, and he just got his hearing back, and he could hear the rain, he could hear the girl crying because there was a girl, and the guy that he killed was the girl's brother. So he's hearing right. So right now, the recent episode I'm on right now is the episode after that, where he's kind of on the ground and he's not used to hearing. So yeah, he got his hearing back recently just now. So I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. Okay, we're 20 minutes in, so we're just gonna make this just a berserk video and a dororo video, because if it's too long, then I gotta do a whole lot. Like once it gets to 23 minutes, my storage is full and I gotta delete stuff or whatever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good one.